Hey everyone. Well, coffee talk. I I didn't drink all my coffee this morning, and I have no idea what time it is. What's after 1 o'clock, or maybe just now 1 o'clock. Um, but I've been putting up little shorts and little things that's been coming to me um, while I've been sitting here contemplating with God, Creator, and but my daughter and I were talking this morning, and she had been talking to my other daughter, uh, and I've done this too. I've done this too. That she was talking about. Uh, One of her focuses is to make a lot of money so that she can help her family out, and that goes back to one of the other things that I said that we pray and we ask, and uh, but we did never get what we want, what we ask for, and it's because we didn't really want it in the first place. We deceive ourselves into thinking or the believing. We get a thought, oh, how wonderful it sounds. Really sounds like, man, this is something I could do. This is something I want to do, man. I really want this. I really want this in my life. So we deceive ourselves into thinking that that's what we want. Okay, so and she said, that she really would like to have enough money to help her family out with. Well, that's something about God we've got to understand, which God lives within us. So God knows us better than we know ourselves. So when we say, well, okay, why don't you use what you've got? Start small. Why does everybody think that you got to start huge before you start helping somebody? And and I've thought about this for years. That, oh God, I can't help nobody until I've got oodles and oodles of money. And so this is one of the things that taught me that I don't have to have oodles and oodles of money to help somebody, and or even to help my family. When I took the camper back, my son had been living in it, and between him and his sister, they decided that he was going to get one of them tiny sheds and put down on the lower end of the property and live down there. And of course, he's on disability, and he's limited in things that he can do. So I was sitting there talking to him on the phone one day, and he was talking about how he was out of this and out of that, and I was sitting there for whatever reason. I don't know. I was checking out my bank card or something like that, but I have a wallet out. And I found $15 in there I did not know I had. And since I didn't know I had it, I really didn't need it because I had all the food and stuff in the house that I needed. And I didn't really have a bunch of other money. And so I said, well, come and get this $15. That'll help you out some. Well, that got me to thinking. We don't need oodles and oodles of money to help somebody out, like right on the spot. And so, to everybody that's thinking, oh, when I get to be wealthy, I'm going to help people out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I think. I think I kind of even get caught up in that, even with my YouTube videos. I feel like sometimes that if I don't get 2 million likes and 200,000 comments and stuff like that, that there's no way that my content is helping anybody. But I couldn't be further from the truth. There are people on there that maybe all they need is one to watch one of my videos, and I might have said just the right thing or the right solution for what they needed at the time. So, okay, a lot of people will say, well, my daughter's a nurse. Well, my one daughter, my youngest child, is a nurse. And she makes pretty decent money, but I'm sure that it takes everything that she makes to live her life. And but she's not looking at the fact that all the people that she's helping in those the people that are sick and ill and those facilities that she goes in and she holds their hand sometimes while they're passing away. Does her and other people like her understand what they're doing for that person in that very moment? When you say just the right word, the right kind word to somebody, it might not seem like right there in that moment that it's doing anything for them. But once they've got time to sit down and mull that over in their brain, that you it does a world of good for them. So I keep saying, do the best that you can with what you got. And there's another YouTuber, Prepper Princess. That's how she ends her videos the biggest part of the time. Do the best with what you got. And so if you've only got $15, now we all do know, and of course a lot of people say, well, I'm not helping if a homeless person comes up to me and asks for money, I'm not giving them money. No, I'll give them food. Well, see, I don't look at it that way. Sometimes, and we don't understand that, if it's a cold day out, and I mean freezing like it is here right now, and they're homeless, alcohol will keep them warm. I know you don't want to believe that, but it does. And so, okay, if you give them enough that you know that they're gonna, maybe, and maybe they won't get alcohol. Who are we to judge? Our intentions is to help somebody, and we know that that's what our heart wants is to help somebody. So we all know that everybody has to eat. We all know that. So if you got a family down the street that you kind of think maybe they don't have any food, especially with kids or an elderly person that can't get up and cook themselves something to eat, if you've got all the food in the house that you need, and you've only got $20 to your name right then and there on the spot, then walk down to them or drive over to them and say, "Is there anything I can do for you? I can help you with." We don't need oodles of money to help people with. So we got to stop thinking in terms, because here's the thing: you give, and it'll be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So if you have nothing, or you think you have nothing to give, but you give that pencil for somebody to write a letter to their mother or father, and that's the only communication that they've got, or you can let them use their phone because they don't have a phone to call their mother. That will be pressed down, shaken together, and running over and given back to you. So what you give will come back and give you more, and then you can give more, and then you can get more. It just bounces like a boomerang. When you give, it'll be given back, and then you can give more. Well, start out with nothing if you have to. Um, so that don't sit and say you have nothing, or I am gonna wait till I get to be a millionaire. Then I'll help. Well, that's not showing that you're because, or sure, anybody that's got $1 million is not going to do without. I mean, they're still going to be taken care of, but if it's hard for you to give $15 or $20 because you're afraid that you're not going to have enough for yourself, but you will. I mean, I'm not saying be stupid now. Your house is full of food, your bills are paid, and you've got $15, $20 that you can help somebody else out with, that'll be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we do not need to wait till we've got $1 million to help our family out with. Now I have to say something about my oldest daughter here now. They've got money to care for themselves, and they do help with their family, their immediate family, and they have helped with other family members that weren't immediate. Somehow, some way, they come up with a way to help other people. They, like give them food, help them find a home, um, and that somehow or another, the more money and the more things that flow out to help other people, the more it'll come back to you. It'll flow right back into your life. And so they just put $3,000 into fixing this well out here for 3 families. That's them, me, and of course they've got a nephew that they're taking care of. So actually, there's 4 families that's been helped to have water, and of course in the water, that that flows through a whole lot of stuff. That's cooking, that's cleaning, that's washing your clothes, that's drinking the water that you need to drink. It just encompasses a whole bunch of different things. So as they flowed that money out to help all concerned here, that comes back and multiplies back to them. A lot of hard work that went into doing that too. So that'll be multiplied back, not just the money. So the effort that it takes to drive down the road just to give somebody $15 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, that's included when it bounces back to you. So anybody that's sitting around thinking, well, I can't do anything until I've got $1 million. I mean, no, that's not true. You start out with little and you'll end up with much that you can do even more. And so, anybody that's hearing my voice, if people really do want to give and people really do want to help other people, there are ways. So, don't fool yourself and don't deceive yourself into thinking that I would help if I had this, because if you can't help with little, then you're not going to help with much. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And as you think and believe in your heart, that's how your life will go. That's just bottom line. Like Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, then you will. If you believe you can't, then you won't. So, love y'all. Got my water. and I just had to go in. And of course, I had mentioned last night before I went to bed that the faucet in my sink in my bathroom wasn't working. Well, I kind of had in my head what it might be, but I took my 400-watt electric heater and I set it in there. It's a real thin thing, so it didn't take up much space. And I put it down where I thought the water might be frozen. Well, of course, naturally, it should have been thawed out if that was the thing, but no, it had rust in it. It was clogged up. So just a little bit ago, before I started doing this, I went in, dug through my mess in the bottom of my little container and got my pliers out, which, if you want to call them pliers, and went in there and unscrewed the, I don't know, the thing, the aerator or whatever you want to call it, screwed that off, and out come the water. So, I know a little something about, a little something almost about everything. But I got that, so the water is good. The water is now flowing better in the commode because it had stopped it way back when, because I knew there had to be something going on with the well. But anyway, so I got water. I will get my dishes done up, but here's what I'm hoping for. That I get the energy and the desire and the want to clean me up, to make my body feel good. And when your body feels good and your body feels clean, and you can look in the mirror, or I can look in this video and say, okay, you look okay. I mean, you're not the most beautiful thing in the world, but you look okay. So to get myself to that point again, um, that's a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to sit here and finish my coffee while I do everything I got to do to upload this. And with this cold weather and everything, the internet hasn't been working up to par, and different things. And uh, so as far as the water goes, that's good. I still can't get out. My daughter's going to pick me up some stuff from the store. And so got to do what I got to do, I guess. So if it takes me uh, a couple more weeks or whatever to get up the desire, because that's what it is. It's the desire to, because I don't have what you call a shower yet. I don't have that hooked up yet. I have to take a military bath and wash my hair and whatever. So it takes a lot of push and motivation to get me to do that for myself. And which I know that we got to love ourselves before we can really truly put all the potential of our love out towards other people. So if I had to do this in person, I couldn't do it, because if I had to stand in front of y'all out here the way I am right now, I couldn't do it, because I feel too scuzzy and dirty to be able to be in front of everybody talking and whatever. So, but I am able to do this a little bit, and so hopefully this has helped y'all somewhat. Remember, you don't have to have millions of dollars or even thousands of dollars to help somebody out. You help somebody, you go get them a little bit of groceries, or you hand them $15, not begrudgingly. It can't be begrudgingly. Oh God, you mean to tell me, I gotta go get in a car, and I gotta go get them food, and I gotta go drive out here to be glad you can drive, be glad you got a car, be glad you got the money to do it with, because it will. bounce back to you anywhere between 35-fold, 50-fold, and 100-fold. What you flow out for somebody else will come back to you double, and then you'll have more to help you out, have more to help somebody else out. So I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Hugs and kisses. I hope today finds you knowing what to do with your life. And I've learned one thing through life, that even if you haven't went to God and talked about it, and you've got a decision to make and you're in doubt, do nothing. Unless, of course, you're in a matter of life and death. Now, that's a different story. I would have a problem with certain things if I was on water and had to make a precise decision. I hate to think. Oh, no. So, but anyway, y'all have a great day. Love y'all.